LeBron James Stadium, just north of downtown. Tampa. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Throwing now is Brady. And Brady, the tight end's got him. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On first down, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now a play fake. Brady. Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Rams offense ready. They're backed up to start their initial drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. To throw on 3rd down, Washington. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Joe Schobert coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Here's Ty Long now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Gets around him. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Here's Brady. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Either bow tie.
I just went right past it.
Good enough, man.
That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off play action. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
to throw on second down. Washington over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Operating from the gun, Washington. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Ty Long now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. On the draw, this is Fournette. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
From the gun on third down, Brady.
117.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
On third down, Washington. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Down he goes at the 23 and pick up a 4. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Back to throw again. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And the Rams are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Buccaneers 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Mike forward, Mike forward.
From the 30 on second down, Brady looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Brady. And the Rams got it. They bring it down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Tommy Townsend now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, Washington throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down, Washington. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, he'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Hands it off out of the gun. And down to the 36-yard line here. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And oh, he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, he has offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Check me out, check me out. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, let's get in there now.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Rams ready to go on offense. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking of future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
Uses the stiff arm. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Washington. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now they can't bring him down. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling your defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
36. All day, baby, all day. Watch 36.
On 1st down, Washington. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll find a man over the middle. Tutu Atwell. And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's 21-3. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception. And this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
I'm coming after you. 45's the line. Hey, let's get that ball. Hey, let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain down to about the 33. Joe Tryon there to make the tackle. To throw on 2nd down. Washington. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Looking to throw on second down. Washington. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Rams are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Buccaneers 3.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they're doing something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating and trying to protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Throwing in on second down. Brady. He'll check this one off to Fournette. Dancing away at the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Again, it's Brady. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
51 the mic, boys, 51. Tighten up, tighten up.
Another try after the first down sack. Brady looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Brady to throw. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 47. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Brady to try again after the pick six. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, a pass underneath for Fournette. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go, baby.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and
Now Brady again.
47-yard line.
There's Evans again. Complete. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Shotgun now for Brady. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
Focus, defense, focus. Check 52.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
I'm going to run you over.
And to give this time to the tailback. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Rams, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.